Hope my voice is coming through.
Yes, Arshad bhai.
Shanti, so this is another beautiful Murli where Baba is asking us to uh, bring our attention to our heart. Especially, it is said that Sache Dil Par Sahab Razi. And so when we use the word honesty, uh, so honesty is not an intellectual thing, and especially Baba talks about don't be too smart when we are talking with Baba. And so, so to be honest, it takes conscious attention to see what is driving our thinking process, and especially uh, is my heart trying to manipulate my train of thought? Uh, or is it I recognize that, look, some other emotion is trying to manipulate my thinking pattern or r- honestly reasoning? So for that, it needs a lot of to be a detached observer, to be a sakshi, to separate ourselves from that emotions. Especially when we are absorbed in that emotion, we cannot even see uh, why am I thinking the way I'm thinking, and it also blocks our discerning ability. So this is a beautiful Murli on that, and so we will deep dive and then reflect on it later. So Baba says this is original Murli spoken in 1989, the 15th of November. So Baba's essence is the Lord is pleased with the true heart. Sache Dil Par Sahab Razi. Today, Bab Dada, the one who uplifts all the souls of the world, is looking at his elevated children who uplifts other. The one who uplifts all the souls of the world is looking at the children who uplifts others. At present, every soul's desire to be uplifted. They have the desire to uplift themselves, but they never have the courage nor the power. The main thing that is needed is strength and the willingness. You children who uplift others are the instruments to uplift such weak souls. Can you children who benefit others hear the call of the souls, or are you busy in just uplifting yourself? Those who only uplift the self cannot claim a right to the kingdom of the world. Only souls who uplift others can claim a right to the kingdom. Upliftment takes place through having a true heart. Sacha dil. Relating knowledge can take place simply through lips without your heart. To relate knowledge is a matter of using an unlimited head, behad hi buddhi, and for having the practice of speaking. That's all it takes to relate the gyan. So there is a difference between head and heart, dil or dimag. Anyone who wants to experience love from someone wants love from heart. Babdada's title is Dilwala, the conqueror of hearts, Dila Ram, the comforter of hearts. The head is gross, whereas heart is subtle. In your interactions, you always say, I'm saying this with a true heart. Remember Father with true heart. It is not said, remember him with true head. It is said, Lord is pleased with a true heart. सच्चे दिल पर साहब राजी, not सच्चे दिमाग पर. Dil is the subtle aspect of दिमाग and दिमाग is the gross aspect of the subtle, conscious and subconscious. It is not said that he is pleased with an unlimited head. To have an unlimited head, behad ka dimag, is definitely a speciality. To have far-sighted, think big, think the concepts of eternity is definitely a speciality. For with this speciality, you are able to imbibe points of knowledge very well. It is a starting point, but with this, it opens the doors to imbibe Gyan. However, those who remember the Father with their heart become the point form. So they go into the essence. Those people are able to repeat the points, but they would be second in becoming the form of the point. They can repeat the points, but they won't be the first to become subtle. Sometimes they become point form easily, whereas other times they are able to stabilize in the point form after making effort. However, those who have a true heart are able to become a point in a second and remember the Father, the point. So, if you actually see what is that extra effort that is needed to go into that point form, and that extra effort is invested in stabilizing the heart. My awareness is colored by my emotions. So cleaning that is what takes the effort to become a point form. And that's why Baba is bringing our attention. Those who have a true heart are able to become a point in a second and remember the Father, the point. Because that extra step is not there. Because the children with a true heart please the true Lord. Because of receiving special blessing from the Father, even though some may not have such a broad intellect in comparison to others, because of the power of their honesty, according to the time, their intellect would automatically work in a yukti-yukt and accurate manner. According to the drama, because of having blessings, their intellect will have touchings for accurate actions, words, and thoughts. For they will have pleased the Father, the intellect of the wise. Those who please God automatically become those who understand all secrets and those who are diplomatic in every way. Those who please God will become Rajyukt and Yuktiyukt easily. Let's take a minute to stabilize in our subtle, loving form. Let your intellect rest in silence and take your attention into your heart. And feel Baba's love. And as you stabilize, you can see it is easy It's easy to experience Baba's love when we make our mind silent and exercise the power of heart. And then it helps us to see what is occupying my heart. And when we make effort to clean, it becomes easy to feel Baba's love. Baba's love restores Baba's remembrance. So Baba says, check whether you are moving forward in remembrance, yoga, and seva on the basis of having behad ka buddhi or on the basis of sacha dil, true heart, and an accurate head. True heart and accurate head. So you were told earlier too that those who serve with their head only strike the heads of others with arrows. Those who serve from their heart reaches the hearts of the others. You saw in service at the beginning of establishment what the speciality of those who served in the first group was. They didn't have the speciality of the language or of giving lectures. And in fact, even in the beginning days, the Gyan was also not clear, not black and white. But the love was so deep, faith was so anchored, and their yoga used to be long lasting. So they didn't have the speciality of the language or of giving lectures. However, you give very good lectures, you tell very good stories, and speak of many incidents. The language of the first group was not like that, but was what was it? It was the sound of true heart. It was how the sound from the heart became instrumental in making many others belong to the Dilaram, comforter of hearts. Their language was mixed, but the language of their eyes was spiritual. Ruhani Drishti. This was why, no matter what their language was like, they changed thorns into flowers. When you check the success of the service of the first group against the expansion of the present time, you can see a difference, can you not? One generally speak of the majority. In the second and the third groups too, there are some with true hearts, but that is in a minority. The riddle of the beginning is continuing even now. Which riddle? Who am I? Even now, Bapdada says, ask yourself, who am I? Do you know how to solve this riddle? Or are you only able to solve the riddle when someone else tells you? Even if someone tells you, you would try to convince yourself, not like this, but like that. Therefore, look only at your own self. So, Baba is bringing our attention to the example of the Adiratan. So, the Adis who are the original jewels. So, Baba says, some children check themselves, but there are two types of visions in checking the self. In that too, some check with the vision of an unlimited head, but their spectacles are those of carelessness. In every situation, they would feel that however much renunciation they have had, service and transformation they have done, that is enough. They feel I am much better than this one or that one. It is not easy to do even this much. Even well-known ones have a few weaknesses. In comparison to them, I am better. This is wearing the spectacles of carelessness. The other is wearing the right spectacles for self-progress. Those with a true heart have these. So, how is that different? Those who compare, they're comparing with outside. When you use your heart, your attention is inside. You're not looking what are they feeling, but you're looking what am I feeling. So then when the attention goes that am I feeling what I want to feel? Like I'm a peaceful soul. Do I feel that all the time? So then immediately the attention goes to self progress. So Baba says this is wearing the so comparing is wearing the spectacles of carelessness. The other is wearing the right spectacles for self progress. And those with true heart have those spectacles. What do they see? That they have to have the thoughts, words, actions that the Father, Dilaram, thoughts, words, and actions like that of Baba Dilaram. Those who are wearing the right spectacles only see Baba and self. They do not see what the second or the third person is doing. They are always concerned about changing themselves. They would not say, I will change when others change, or I will change 80%. They should at least change 20%. They would not think of transformation to this extent. They would think, I have to change myself and become an example to make it easy for others. This is why there is a saying those who take the initiatives are Arjuna. Arjuna means an alaukic person. This is known as wearing the right spectacles and having accurate vision. In the world, there are two main things in human lives: their head, their heart, and then their head. Both should be fine. Similarly, in Brahmin life too, you need an unlimited intellect and a true heart. Behad ka buddhi and sacha dil. Those who have a true heart receive the lift of their intellect. And this is why you should always check whether you pleased the Lord with your true heart or whether you just pleased yourself or just pleased a few souls. There are many signs of pleasing the true heart. Churn this and have a heart to heart conversation. Then Bab Dada will also tell you something else. Acha? So let's take a pause and just quickly reflect on what is the deeper things Baba is bringing our attention to. Where is my attention? What am I looking at? Am I looking at my heart or am I looking at what's my head? Nice ideas are floating in my head, makes me feel good. But the real focus is bringing our attention to heart. Is my stage, my feelings in line of Baba? So that helps for self progress. So Baba is bringing our attention to be an Arjuna. Make that change. When I change, world will changes. So we'll go a little further. Teachers are sitting here too. Teachers are also contractors. Baba using the word contractors. You have taken a contract. Have you not? You definitely have to bring about a world transformation through self transformation. You have taken on such a huge contract, have you not? People of the world says, when you die, the whole world is dead for you. If you haven't died, the world is not dead. In the same way, self transformation is world transformation. Without self transformation, no matter how much effort you make on the other souls, there won't be any transformation. Nowadays, people don't change by listening to others, but by seeing the change in others. Why are souls, no matter what they were like, able to change themselves in Madhuban? You tell them at the center too, but when they come here, they see for themselves, and by seeing it, they are able to change themselves. Some husbands were able to change themselves on seeing the transformation of their wives who were in bondage. When they tried to give them knowledge, they would not listen to it. However, when they saw the transformation, the impact of that brought about transformation in the self. This is why you were told that today's world want to see. So this is the special duty of the teachers to demonstrate. To demonstrate by doing means demonstrate by changing yourself. Do you understand? So Baba says to those who always uplifts all souls, to those who always pleases the Lord with a true heart, to those who keeps the balance of Behad ki buddhi and Sacha dil, unlimited intellect and true heart, to those who always makes themselves instruments, nimit, for world transformation, to the elevated souls who transform themselves, to the souls who consider themselves to be elevated servers and thereby move forward, to all the special children everywhere. Bab Dada's love, remembrance, and namaste. And we say namaste to Baba, who is going to make us one with a pure heart. Baba, who make us into an instrument for the world transformation. Baba, who used us to serve and lift all the souls. We say namaste with a lot of love and remembrance. Let's take a minute to slow down, to let your body settle down, let your mind calm down, and feel what's in your heart. And make space for Baba. Pure, peaceful, and blissful presence of Baba. Make space in your heart for Baba. And try to enjoy Baba's love and connection. Open your heart. Let this Baba's love and experience change how you feel and make it much better. Om Shanti Shanti. Let's take a minute to reflect on this. Murli, what does it take to have a pure heart, and what takes us away from that pure heart after having all the gyan and wisdom? What is it that taking us away from Baba, the one who is pure and blissful? Feel free to unmute yourself and share your thoughts.
Om Shanti, Arshabai.
Om
So,
Shanti.
Baba says the importance of having a true heart. So those, serve with a heart, right? Touch heart. So, and while those who serve only with the head, they will be that will only reach the head. So that impact will be there just for that time. And today's world, everybody likes to see things, from others than listening to big lectures. So the reason I think Baba says the transformation is not happening is because it's going through the head. So when the self-transformation itself, becomes that world transformation. So people like to see more and more changes, right? Um, or that we have transformed the self. So seeing the transformation, others will, change, not by hearing the knowledge. Yeah. So that's something that I got from this Murli. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. And so, one of the things that when we ask this question, like, so what is holding us back? What is holding me back? Uh, so, we recognize, but so there is a force that is not tamed by just knowing intellectually, but there is a force that is force of sanskara, which is heavily backed by our past limited experiences.
Yes. But initially, we all understand Baba through the intellect, right? Because
Yeah.
to understand, and then gradually, the heart, the love
Mm,
from the heart takes place. Because
mm,
Baba says that those who have true heart, right? Baba will give them that wise intellect and broad intellect, anyway. And because
mm,
Baba is the intellect of the wise, right? The whole.
mm.
So I
Yeah.
think, like you said, the old sanskar is one, definitely. Holding us back, not being, if at all, not being truthful or doing things intellectually.
Yeah. Anyone else? Because heart is a really interesting space. And in fact, that is a driver. Mm, anyone else? And especially when you think about the initial days. So one thing that my attention always goes to how Baba worked it out, especially initially when Brahma Baba was also practicing Shivoham, Aham Brahmasmi, and all of the stuff. And how Baba uh, got a hold of these souls. And the way he got a hold of them is like Baba didn't come and then said that, look, you are doing, you got it wrong. Baba didn't say that. Baba didn't say until 14 years. He's like, oh, let them do what they want to do. But his response, especially when Baba says, like, through bhakti, because of the bhakti, Gyan came. Bhakti is that honest heart that I don't know who is God, I don't know what happened to me, I don't know who I am, I'm lost totally. But from our heart, we are honestly seeking for God. And that thing what pulled Baba, and that thing what Baba built that relationship, that initial days of relationship, and even Baba was reinforcing here that initial group that came during Om Mandali time, their faith was so anchored, mainly because of their what they experienced from their heart, not just the visions and stuff. And especially people who have the visions, they left sooner. And people who become mediums, they left sooner. But people who didn't have visions and all other stuff, and people who have a deep experience, their faith was so anchored, and they didn't let go of that honest heart throughout the whole cycle. If you actually see Dadi Gulzar, they say that I don't know how much, I don't have the facts behind it, but Baba is for last 7 8 births she was pure. That's what I heard. In other words, even the last 7 births of her total 84 births, she was pure. So, in other words, the heart never got lost sight of divinity. So, I think Baba is asking us to work on that part to keep that heart space pure, clean, and yes. And every time we think about Yagya, and every time we think about dadis and how they used to approach anything on lack of clarity, or when Baba left, when Mama left the body, and when they moved from Karachi to Abu. So all these changes, all the changes brought a lot of unknowns. Uh, they cruised through, especially during partition time, what was going on. They were so unaffected by all of this, mainly because they latched on to that capability of that pure heart. Or they always are exercising throughout the cycle. I think that's what makes them different from rest of us. Or in other words, we all have that thing, and we need to work on those, I think. Yeah. Yeah, Girija, you want to share something?
Yeah, I was just trying to open my heart, but I wanted to see is there any other beating hearts waiting to open before I open my heart? So I just thought, okay, let me wait to see is there any other hearts beating waiting to climb his heart. As I told you, I was always brought up in a convent. I remember, this is called as one of the commandment, where, Matthew, Moses, he had said, "Thou shalt love thy Lord with all thy heart, thy soul, thy mind." And why? Because he loved you first. So always that one commandment of God's love. And if you see, Christianity was mainly based on love. Love yourself, love your neighbor, love everyone. So it was that love actually even which attracted me over here. God's love is what attracted me even in this particular knowledge. So it is here Baba says true heart. And there are two paths for it. See, Sache Dil, Sahib Razi. But also it's not only Sache Dil as Dadi Janki used to say, it's Sache and Saaf Dil. Not only should your heart be honest, but you have to clean it with all the Lux soap or anything and make it look sparkling also. It should not have any, what to say, operations or any blockages or anything over there. You have to clean it thoroughly. Because you have to make the Lord sit on it. So when your Lord is going to sit on it, first of all, it should be empty because the Lord cannot sit in a heart which is already full with so much. So this is the exercise I remember when I came here, which we are speaking about. And there is so much like Dilwala, Dilaram, Beloved, Ashik, Mashik. There are many romantic things which Baba always says. But when here Baba speaks about honest heart, I think 3 or 4 days back, also in a question answer, it was that with whom is the Lord pleased? And the first thing it was there that those children who are honest with the Father. Like if you take him as a surgeon, you're going for some operation. They say you have to be honest to your lawyer and your doctor. So he's a doctor means everything of my body I have to explain to the doctor, or how can he treat me. So, and why to him? Because Satya hai. God is truth. Father is truth. So if he is truth, even I have to be truth. Then only I can go on, sit on his heart. But sometimes even in devotion, if you see, those people who are sing with their heart, they call them in Tamil, we call them Pittukuli. That is crazy people who are crazy after God and they are worshipped. We see that even in devotion. Now I want to know, see, we say Baba knows everything. That's what even in devotion they say. Don't think no one is watching. Somebody is always watching what you do. God is always watching over you. So that concept, when it is there, as a child, when I know my father knows what doing, why should I again repeat and have a repeat record and go and tell him, hello, this is what is happening. Hello, this is what is happening. Why, like a child, can't I take it for granted? My father knows. As my father is watching, my father knows. Can't I think about that? Or when does really the thing of declaring your heart to Baba comes? I'm just not referring to the Murli. As a general, I'm asking you. When should I really go and open my heart when I know, अरे भगवान को तो सब कुछ मालूम है. वो तो दिखता है, वो जान ही जाननहार है. So when does that thing come that मुझे सब कुछ खोल बोल करके बताना है?
So the when part, um, I'm just thinking. Uh, Somehow I see that it starts from the beginning, if I'm not mistaken. So the beginning is what actually pulled us into the yagya is the heart. So we already opened our heart. So, but we were trying to process as we are processing. But so when we realize that, oh, I understand now, but whatever I understand, I'm not living up to my understanding. So that is when we say like open yourself to Baba, what we are actually saying is you're not just telling what is happening in your life or what's going on in your head, but we are actually telling like what's happening with you, what's happening with me personally. Means what am I feeling right now? And so now the conversation is like the stage, and the conversation is not in our head like two people having a conversation. So it is the stage to stage. So I feel, so when to open up is mm, every time. Every time I take a chance to look, to remember Baba. So I'm trying to open my heart to welcome him into my heart. And every time I think about Baba, I'm making space in my heart to feel Baba. As I remember, because remember is not just a intellectual process. Remembrance is an experiential stage, or it could be a contemplative stage. So so that's where is my head right now. So I'm not sure if I answered uh, so what you're looking for.
Is there any other thoughts who would like to share? Because I think I would like to, if any other person has got any
Mm,
other, how do they open their hearts?
mm, mm,
Then, if anyone else want to share, because so
mm.
that even others even get a chance, as the host said.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, if anyone else, but I will tell you why I asked you that question.
Mm,
And I don't know why this, Murli, because today morning I opened my heart. I
mm,
That's what I wanted to share to you. At
mm,
the question which I got, but let me see how do other hearts over here, how do they open up to God? If anyone
mm.
else could share.
Yeah, love to hear. Yeah,
Oh,
Vinod bhai.
Santi, yeah, the initial days of induction to the Gyan, I used to only think there's a source of energy somewhere that keeps guiding me, that keeps helping me at times. Somehow I feel protected, and Shivratri was there, and that's when I received the Gyan. The insight that he is a point source of light and is named Shiva, and I am also one like that. And if I get into that state, that's when the exchange happens. Was the change that I brought into myself, and that's when I started receiving and started getting connected and helped constantly. The habit of writing journal, opening out myself in the form of writing was always there, which still continues. But the only addition was now I was able to listen what Baba is saying through the channel of Brahma Baba, and that the great words of Avik Murli, and that's how it is helping me to continue. So this is how I'm able to listen to Baba, my faith, and the journey continues. So opening the heart is this way, but of course Baba expects us to stay in that form for a long time, because when we do logic job, it is not with feeling. Sometimes we have to work with brains and logic as well, with reasoning. That's where logic prevails more than feelings. We do not, I do not at least will be able to get into the state of a point of energy and work. That's where the connection breaks, the heart breaks, the connect, the continuity stops. But yes, in the day, I do make a point that I get into that source, that state of mind, and receive the connection and open up myself. Thank you. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Good morning, everyone.
Yeah, Shabha, what Vinod Bhai said, for me, it looks more like a procedural thing. Like he went to the Shivratri, and for me, even it's a mixture of the head over there, a knowledge of what God is over there. But what and today when I read the Murli, see that one sentence itself made me whenever you are facing a kind of what we call it as a low key, I don't know what to say it in Hindi, I forgot it, when you're such in a low ebb and all, that time you just see yourself with the world. There's no father. जब कोई बात होता है तभी बाप नहीं होता है. So I realized if anything happens, if I just keep the father and the self, which is what he has emphasized in the Murli. So I'll take my spectacles off that and I'll say, okay, Baba, it's time you and I had a talk. So at that moment, what happened or who is speaking or what is the dirt in me, nothing comes. I just see the father and the self. If really that way of what he said, seeing God as a source of energy, if that comes in your mind, there is certain what you call, jo blockages in your heart, which come evident because he's a surgeon. He brings the blockages in front of us and he makes. That is the time I say, yes, Papa, this is what. And when that blockages is made to be seen by the surgeon, I then realize I have not given away my weaknesses at all to him. I am just sitting on the toll, nay, it'll become okay, it'll come decay, I'll have a bypass, I'll have that. But I have not surrendered myself to the surgeon. So the first thing I think I should wear the father and the self. Secondly, if you see Baba's Murli is given, I will change 80%, they should change 20%. The transformation thing. If you ask honestly, even I think, okay, Baba, I will change. But let them also change. Even they are your children, you're saying. But you only look at me and make me wear the spectacles. They have also to change. And I don't know when it's there, I just see Baba's throne over there. And Baba's throne is shining, sparkling, and all. And 80% people cannot go and sit there. 100% people only can sit. I'm just giving you one or two examples, which is what here. So that's the time I say, Baba, I don't want to open the heart. You please become a surgeon and you give me your anesthesia and you yourself open because I'm too heavy. It's a process. Opening heart with God is something, out of remorse when we become gross, when everything goes wrong. Because we always think, Are, wo to janta hai. But what does he say for Jani Jananar? What do you think? I don't have a bank of all your thoughts with me. I have so many other banks of your blessings and all. I don't keep banks with me. And even see Brahma Baba, when he became Avyakt, there were so many things he could really catch, we could approach him. So that lightness of spirit and that, as Vinod Bhai said, the energy, I think all this comes. It's a very thing. Opening heart is not easy, but I experienced it today morning, and when I just read just these 2 points of the Murli, changing 100% and just looking eye to eye with the father and saying, okay, do whatever eye operation you want to do, heart operation you want to do. I'm here in front of you. I'm telling you through my heartbeats, what is it? I'm telling you. I think that's how I generally feel opening up my heart. It's not an easy process. There are many things we don't allow. I'll tell you, Baba is supportive for some people. I feel at times. I feel Father Jo Shrimat sunta hai. Oh, but he says, and so I want my Sahib to be Razi. The Sahib, see, when will the surgeon be happy when the operation is well done? So how do I know whether the operation, my surgeon has done the operation, well done. When he'll make me sit on the throne, he's already saying, I gave you good intellect, I gave you divine intellect, divine vision, divine heart, and all. Like, when will he make me sit on his heart? That really, it's still a question in me. It's a process going on, I think. Om Shanti.
Mm. Yeah, no, that's beautiful. So what I hear is uh, so this is whatever you just shared is coming from an honest heart. So whatever you shared itself is honest heart. So in other words, so when you said that, when you just look at Baba and then you say like, just I'm here, so it is nothing but surrendering. So like it's a state where we are saying like, whatever I am, however I am, whoever I am, I am yours, and you're just there. Whoever you are, whatever you are, however you are mine. So that is a state. It's a act. It's a conscious effort of surrendering, and then just staying there. That itself is an act of honesty. and uh, and then the other things, there is other shades of faith and love and all kinds of things get colored, but definitely the first thing is like having that honestly, that look, I understand where I am, I understand who you are, I understand that you are the one who's going to make this thing happen, and I'm here. And that itself is honesty. Yeah, it's beautiful. Thank you. Anyone else wants to add? It's a really beautiful question. We should. I was just thinking what would be my process. My process would be more. Uh, so we have to engage both head and heart. But how am I going to use head to see things consciously? And head helps us to create that space, and heart gets into the zone. So, so what does it mean? We make a conscious effort, like we remember Baba, we consciously think our childhood days or any of that incident. It's a conscious thought. And then we go into silence. We don't repeat, we just hold. And then doing nothing. We don't do anything else anymore. Head job. Head will stay stop. That's it. Its job is done. And the next step is to just flow into that silence. And there's a conscious effort.
Harshit, just one sentence I want to add. I think a noisy mind will make excuses. A noisy mind will not emote the heart. I think that's what Baba is saying. Had a noisy intellect, a noisy mind,
Mm,
it look for excuses and say, Baba, you are Jani Jana, and that knowledge. Baba, aren't you
mm,
this? And I think, as you write, you just use the word silence. I think that's a
mm,
beautiful way to just sit in silence, eye to eye. Like
mm,
you can see, वो बोलते हैं ना, when two people are in love with each other, they face each other eye to eye, and just a little contact of the hand or something, something flows through them. So I think that
mm.
silence is beautiful.
Yeah. So you got it. So holding that silence, the noisy mind is the distractor from the connection. Yes, agree. Okay. Anyone else? Pijat Bhai, Raki Ben, Amy Ben. Okay. We'll take a minute to meditate. The next few minutes, make yourself. I think somebody wants to share, like a Zoom user. Okay. So let's take this couple of minutes to be aware of your ambience and accept all the sounds and noises as it is, and be very comfortable being wherever you are, whatever settings that you are in. Allow that sense of acceptance to relax your mind, to free from any sense of judgment, and let your mind slow and slip into the silence. Carry this sense of relaxation from your mind into your heart. As we ease our heart into this loving silence, we come to eternal self, eternal sense of self, eternal Baba, and that Beard love, being at home. Let your mind and heart stay with Baba. Allow this connected space to bring that lightness in your heart and carry this lightness for the rest of the day. Om Shanti Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you to Baba. Thank you, Arshavai. Thank you, Divine Family. See you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Until then, have a lovely day.